to the city streets, we began to feel the fire.
Alright, welcome back to Funny Computer Hub. I still remain the one and only Epiphanian. So in this video, I'm going to show you the rules, the principles or rules that governs graphic design. If you are working in a particular organization, there is a rule that will govern that organization, which every staff has to obey it, right? The same thing happens to graphics. There are design rules of graphic design. These rules are followed by any graphic designer that you know. Any graphic designer that is good in his or her work, or let's say you saw somebody design something and you say, wow, this is cool, this is professional. Just know that he or she follows these rules. One is contrast. We have hierarchy, we have alignment, we have balance, we have proximity, we have repetition, we have simplicity, and the last but not the least is function. The first is contrast. When we talk about contrast, it means making important elements stand out by using differences like light versus dark. Contrast means, let's say for example, you want to design something and you went and you add black color as a background color. You don't need to come and write your text on that color with that same color, because if you write your text with black color and the background is also black, it's obvious the text will not be readable. But if you use the next color that is opposite of black, which is white, it will make your work to be amazing and good. So contrast is really needful. Okay, something like this image that you can see here, you can see it's just a circle. This also a circle, is look as a circle shape, but the mouth is zigzag. Okay, so both of them look alike, but there is a difference between both. Do you get it now? So it's just making important elements stand out, just like using the bigger font and the smaller font, instead of you just using big fonts in your design. In some cases you use the bigger one and then use the smaller font. So let that just be a mix up of the fonts. If it comes to objects, shapes, and a low lot, the visual elements, let there always be a mission. So it's a contrast occurs when two or more visual elements in a composition are different. So let there be a different. We know we have light and dark, we have on and off. So um let this be considered whenever you are using, let's say, a light stuff, then contrast it with a dark stuff. That is one of the principles of graphic design. It will make your work to be amazing. Then the second one is hierarchy. Hierarchy actually helps to show what is most important by making key elements bigger. If for example you are designing a flyer, for an example now, the title of that flyer has to be bigger. It has to be bigger. You don't make the title to be smaller and then make the date of that event, the date. Let's say you are designing an event flyer. Let's say it's a program in your church and they told you that people are going to have this program, then the title is so higher. For example, the title is so, or let's say sewing, okay, yeah, soaring high. Okay, let's say for example soaring only. The title is soaring and the date is 15th August 2025. You went and make soaring to be just tiny and then can make the date to be even more bigger than soaring, it's obvious that that is not a good design. Soaring is something that has to be attractive, so it has to be bigger because it's one of the important keywords that is under flyer. Okay, so hierarchy is just you knowing that you have to show the what is most important bigger, make it to be bolder, and not just that, also make it to be brighter. Example is just an head drawing. An head drawing is bigger than the body text, so people read it first. So swallowing have to be bigger, then below it, if there's other text that is coming up, the other ones have to be lower in size. Okay, you don't need to just make just design all your text with the same size and all that. No, so having the most important keywords bigger than other ones smaller in order to be balanced. So the next one is alignment. Alignment is just you aligning your works, aligning your text in order for it to be readable, and also in order for it to be balanced, in order for your design to be also be amazing. Alignment just helps you, it just helps you to keep everything lined up properly to make the design look clean and professional. Examples are: text is aligned left, text is left aligned, centered, or right aligned instead of randomly placed. So you can place your text at the left. If you look at this diagram now, this text is placed, this text is aligned left. If you look at this part now, all these lines that are drawn here, they represent text. All these lines that is drawn like this, these horizontal lines, they represent text. So if you look at this line, these horizontal lines, they all start at a point, can you see? But they did not end at a point. If I just decide to draw a vertical line here now, you observe that this last one stops here, this one stops here, this one stops here, this one stops here, this one stops. So they did not stop at a point. But if you look at their beginning point, can you see all of them starts at a point? So this is my left hand side. So we say that this particular text now, okay, this line represent text. Okay, let's say this particular lines that is being drawn here, they are left aligned. So this is my right hand side. Can you see now? They are right aligned here. So this is my top, they are aligned top. This is bottom, they are aligned bottom. This is central. Okay, this is center alignment. Center alignment means it is not aligned right. Can you see? All of them did not start at the point at my right hand side. This is my right hand side. All of them did not also start at the point at my left hand side. Okay, so this is, they are being aligned horizontally. Okay, so that is it. So that is it. Alignment plays a vital role in design. Okay, look at this, you can see this is a very good alignment. Can you see everything? Everything starts as a point here. Can you see? If I can decide to draw a straight line here, everything starts as a point here. Can you see? Everything starts as a point here. Can you see? Everything starts at the ends as a point here. Can you see the bottom too? Okay, but if you look at this one, this is poor alignment. Can you see? They do not end at the point. Can you see now? This one is more on its own. If I draw a straight line here, can you see this one is even inside, while this one is outside, this one is a bit inside. If you draw a straight line, can you see this one is outside, so this is not aligned. This one is even the worst of it. Okay, so alignment helps to make your work to be more amazing. Looking at this, let's just imagine this. We have what we call egg alignment. Just it says you imagine walking into your kitchen and finding flour all over the counter pots and pans all over the floor. It's just you opening your kitchen and observe that everything is scattered, both the floor, both pots are just scattered. It's obvious that it will just sound stressful to you because you feel like, oh my god, where am I going to start to begin to set all these things? So this feeling applies in design too. When the elements of your page are all over the pages, it feels a bit stressful. Okay, when it's not being aligned, when it's not set as it ought to be, it will just feel stressful even to your leader. So to communicate the image, to communicate the message will not be effective, because you are not able to align your work very well. So you can choose to align everything to the left or to the right or straight down the center. Whenever you type an email, just know that the text is always aligned to the left automatically. So that is it for alignment. Then the next principle is balance. Balance. Balance is one of the principles of graphic design, which helps to ensure elements are evenly arranged so the design doesn't look too heavy on one side. You know, most of the things some graphic designers used to do is, anyone that is learning graphic design, they will just carry picture and scatter everywhere. Balance helps you to know where to place your pictures. If you're placing your picture by this side, something like this, all your pictures will be by this side, then the other side will be for text. If you look at this one, that the picture just go like a Z alphabet, can you see it goes like this, come like this, come like this? Can you see this one? The pictures are up, then below, then these are the place where text are. So when it comes to balance, we have symmetrical balance, where both sides look the same. We have asymmetrical balance, where we have different elements that we can use to create balance. If you come to this asymmetrical balance, you can see that, come down to this, the pictures is just here, then the text picture is just here, then few picture here, then all these places are text. The picture is just an image is just here, other places are text. Then we have the radical balance, where the picture is just as 360 degree. Can you see? Then the text is in the middle. Okay, these are the things you need to consider when you are designing anything. The next principle is proximity. Proximity. Proximity, you say, when we begin to place shapes together, we create a particular relationship between them. Okay, when groups related elements, when we group related elements together, they will look connected. For example, a title and its description should be close to each other. Let's say, for example, now, let's say my company's academy, my brand's name is Funny Computer Hub, and we have a slogan, and our slogan is Home of Digital Skills. Okay, then let's say I want to design something, and I put down my name, Funny Computer Hub, and I will now come to the middle of my design and add Home of Digital Skills. It does not make sense, because Home of Digital Skills is the description. Okay, so that description has to be closer to the title. It has to be closer. For example, now this is the title of this, and this is the description, so it has to be closer. Let it not be that I'll just carry this text now and come and put it at the middle. No. So proximity has to be considered whenever you are designing anything. Okay, so the next one is repetition. Repetition is just the act of using one color, one or two colors often. Okay, just a way of reusing of the same or similar colors throughout the design. Repetition is always applicable when you are designing a company's, a company's file, or let's say a logo, when you are designing company's work and that company has a brand color. If you're in Nigeria and you know about MTN network. MTN network has a brand color. As a graphic designer, company calls you to design their stuff for them, they say their flyer or their business card, you need to know their brand color, being I've told you is white and yellow. So you have to stick to that brand color. So you have to, anything that you are designing, you have to keep on using the white and yellow, white and yellow. So obviously you are repeating using that yellow color, you are repeating using yellow and white color, so that is repetition. So we use it to create the sense of unity and consistency. So branding is one of the things that make us apply repetition in design. And not just branding, if you are designing anything, you don't need to just choose off all the colors. Let's say choose 5 colors, you can decide to choose 3 colors and stick to that 3 colors and begin to repeat those 3 colors. You cannot, when it comes to font, again, font means handwriting, you can decide to pick 3 fonts and begin to repeat those 3 fonts on that particular design. When it comes to magazine, it starts to do with the consistency of the use of fonts and settings. So the next principle of design is simplicity. Simplicity is just the discipline of minimizing, refining, or editing bars in design. Keep the design clean and simple to understand by removing unnecessary elements. When your design is very clean and simple, is so amazing. It will help people to understand your design. For example, using too many colors and fonts make your design confusing. You need to stick to few. Stick to few. When you want to design, stick one, pick 1 or 2 or 3 colors. The same thing on your font, pick 1 or 2 or 3 fonts and stick to them. Don't just use up to 5 fonts in your design. You say simple designs are easy to understand and most to make an impression. Just know this, the less is more. The next principles of graphics is function. Function. When you are asked to design something, you should be able to apply one of these principles, and which is the most important. You need to know the reason and the reason of that design. What is the aim of that design? Those companies that we are able, that gave you those contracts to design for them, what are their aim of designing? You should be able to know it. The design should serve its purpose and be easy to use. When you know the function of something, you will be able to know how to perfect it, how to make it perform its function. But if you are not able to know the reason or the objective, the function or the aim those companies want to achieve with those designs, you may not be able to get a good design for them. So function is the consideration of the main objective for a piece of work. You need to understand the main reason of that design. For example, a poster should be readable from a distance, and a logo should be clear even when it's small. Like for example, you are asked to design a poster for someone, let's say a banner for someone or for a company. That company wants to do um wants to create awareness, and they ask you to design a banner. I've given that instances before on our first video. You don't need to make the text and everything that is in that banner to be tiny, that is only those that come closer, or is only those that are standing in front of the banner that will read those things. No, make the text to be readable and bold enough that even somebody that is 6 feet 6 feet close to the banner can be able to read and glance and also grasp what is needed for passerbys, for people to grab. So you need to understand it. If you are asked to design a banner, you need to consider that. You should the function of this thing now is that they want to create awareness, and it's very very obvious that nobody will come and stand along the road and begin to read. So because of that, I have to make things that will attract people more bigger, so that once anybody looks at that banner, they will able to see something that will interest them, and then they will now come closer and say, okay, let me now know more details about this banner. Let me now copy the contact, let me now copy the company's contact so that I can reach out to them and know more about them. As a graphic designer, this is one of the main things to consider. Being we have understood the principles of graphic design, all of them are applicable. You don't need to choose one and leave the rest. Alright, if you're yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, kindly smash the subscription button below this video and click the notification bell beside it, so that anytime I drop amazing eye tutorials like this, you will be notified. If you have any question, you can drop the question on the comment section, or you can reach out to me on WhatsApp and drop your question, and I'll be right there to give you a warm reply. I still remain the one and only Epiphanian from Fanny Computer Hub. Bye.